A very happy good afternoon to every one of you. Guys, today we are going to see the newspaper name The Hindu, and it's in Sunday, it's dated in August 2025. Today we are going to see some of the wonderful news that's been given in this newspaper. And about this recent, it means not recent, 25% tariff by the Donald Trump on the India about the importing of Russian oil, how this will affect the Indian market and simultaneously to the world market. So in this, for this I will just cover into the entire video. And simultaneously, a lot of other things also been given in this newspaper so much fantastically. And about the recent the Iran and Pakistan talks has been held, how this will affect the India because Iran manufactures a lot of well affordable and cheap drones. How this will affect this Pakistan and simultaneously to India since the Operation Sindoor has been concluded. So little bit of other kind of things also been so much given in this newspaper. And especially you would have known about the Bangladesh, the interim government by Mohammed Yunus. Now he just launched a new declaration called July Declaration. And what is this declaration? And they also told about the election is going to be held. And recently, an Indian in Ireland has been attacked. And so in this newspaper, it's also been given a lot of other kind of incidents also. And the next four more incidents about the China and the Japan now started to fight against each other, especially not in the terms of military, but in terms of persons. And a little bit it means how to say a disinformation or some kind of other thing triggered attacking of both Chinese and Japanese. So we are also going to see into that and little bit of other kind of agreements because as we are going to recognize Palestinian state and little bit of also we are going to see about it. So first we can go for that geopolitics that's been given in the Hindu, and simultaneously after geopolitics we can come into the current affairs that's been occurring in India, and simultaneously at the next we will go and cover this front page because today in my point of view geopolitics is so much important, I think so we can directly go for the geopolitics. So guys, so this is a geopolitics page that's been given, and okay, the first thing is the Bangladesh interim government to unveil July declaration on August 5. So you would have known about the Bangladesh, what happened during the Bangladesh moment, and let me tell you a little bit of it because you would have known about the Sheikh Hasina, and Sheikh Hasina during the Bangladesh government she just told during the 1971, it means you would have known about the East Pakistan was separated from the West Pakistan, and the Eastern Pakistan has been given as a how to say Bangladesh state. And later on, for the especially for the government exams or for any kind of government jobs, she has been allocated only 30% to the freedom fighters. But at the beginning, this 30% was not so much. At the beginning, it was only 15 to 20%, and later on, she just increased this 30%. And okay, some people may think okay, this 30% is not a big issue because if freedom fighters means the government job should be given to them, it's also a good thing. Why you are talking like this means what the main issue is freedom fighters. For example, let me right here, for example, here you can write A is a freedom fighter, and freedom fighter he just fought the freedom, it means fought the war, and B is the son of A, and the government job is also given to the B, and simultaneously C is the son of B, and for C also we are giving the government job. He is, it means grandfather, and his father and his grandson, like that. So for all the three members they are giving 30% of the government jobs. I mean this only triggered all of these things, and you can also see nearly 19 lakh government jobs only is there. It means only 19 lakh of government jobs is only there in the, it means Bangladesh. And for this 19 lakh jobs only, lot of Bangladesh young youths and lot of other people is been, it means there are a lot of doing lot of hard works to get into this 19 lakh government jobs. And especially why this also came into this problem means nearly 20 lakh young population has been entered into the market for each year. It means you would have known about the college graduation. So each and every year 20 lakh youths is entered into the market, and this 20 lakh youths, and you just think about this only 19 lakh government jobs that means literally in this 20 lakhs nearly 10 to 15 lakhs will prepare for the government, and remaining people will go to the other kind of jobs. And the other problems also triggered is nearly 1.8 crore, it means the students in the age between 15 to 29 are still jobless. It means they have a job. It means not well sophisticated in a private company job or a government company job. They do work for a daily wages. Like kind of jobs they do have. It means only nearly so much. It's 1.8 crore people. They still don't have job. Means that little bit concern. And this 30% also triggered to a lot of problem. Not only this 30% guys, especially for the government quota, 50% of the seats is been allocated for them itself. It means 50% means 30% to freedom fighters and 10% to the women's, especially for the women, and remaining 10% to the underdeveloped countries, underdeveloped communities and regions such as SC or ST, something like that, or something or tribal community peoples or it means backward classes peoples. So like that also this 10% is been allocated, and 5 and extra 5% and 5% for disabled peoples or some kind of other people, transgender people, like that also this entire 50% is been allocated to them itself. So they have 19 lakh government jobs. In that 50% is been gone means you just think about nearly 9.5 lakh jobs is been given to the in the reservation quota itself. Remaining 50% only they other peoples, it means 20 lakh people 20 lakh people simultaneously 1.8 crore jobless people will fight for only how much 9 lakh, only for 9 lakh seats means it's so much difficult. So that's why this been triggered to a lot of students, especially you can see it for this itself to unveil against Sheikh Hasina student against discrimination. SAD has been formed, and in that you would have seen I just read his name. Yeah, somewhere I just read this name. Okay, just leave it. So what happened after creation of the students against discrimination? It means SAD led the violence against the Sheikh Hasina. So it means at the time the Awami League regime was by Sheikh Hasina, and later on lot of fightings and lot of other things has been also happened. And nearly literally guys 1,400 people has been died in this protest, especially from students alongside with the Sheikh Hasina government. And at August 5th, it means you can see at August 5th, today it's August 3rd, and 2 days after August 5th 2024, the Sheikh Hasina has flew into the country named India. So she for the past 1 year she has been staying in the India itself. So why this problem is so much concerned now means because this kind of problems all occurred in the July month. So that's why the Muhammad Yunus told the July declaration should be opened, it should be held on August 5th. So you guys see guys how much cunning person he is. He thinks only he should rule the entire government, because at the beginning of the government while he came, he just told to the entire world within 4 to 5 months the election will be held on, and the other people elected member will be held in that Bangladesh. But later on you just see guys, it's been 1 year, still no election has been held, and now the Yunus is still he is just telling the next election will be held on at the April or the May of 2026. You just see guys, it's so much huge duration of time. But the army chief, it means you can see the General Wakarum Rahman, it means who was the army chief of the Bangladesh, he just told within this end of this 2025 definitely the election should be held. If this election is not held means definitely military will come there and will do some kind of that political electing it means member by the people, like that we will definitely do. So at the end of 2025 the election should be held. So a lot of disturbs also going between the current government, it means the Muhammad Yunus, and simultaneously with the military chief also. So that's why you can see here, that's why now the Bangladesh, it means the Muhammad Yunus declares the July declaration on August 5. So during the time definitely he will do a lot of other things, because we can also see now the Bangladesh government has also filed a case against the, it means Sheikh Hasina, about killing of some students like that. And from the while the election is going to be held, especially the Bangladesh National Party, Khalida Zia, who was a former Prime Minister of the Bangladesh, because now the Sheikh Hasina has been ruling for 3 consecutive years. Nearly 15 years she has been ruling. Before 15 years, Khalida Zia was a former Prime Minister of the whole entire Bangladesh. So now she will participate, and simultaneously the student, it means the student parties who are being organized, they also will participate. And you can also see here the interim government, it means see the Yunus-led government wants to give constitutional recognition to students-led uprising that took nearly last place. You see, they are just promoting this student against discrimination nowadays. See, as this kind of student against protest, it means you would have known about this. By him only entire thing has been occurred. So the Yunus government is now giving the upper hand to this kind of student against discrimination group. So definitely lot of problem will be occurred. Especially you would have known about the border sharing between the India and the Bangladesh. Nearly 3,500 kilometers, I think so. They have been sharing. So whenever a country against the, it means India is formed, definitely India will go there and will do some kind of other thing. Suppose in case worst case scenario, if the Muhammad Yunus was some kind of party members who are going against the India will be elected, means India will directly go into the, it means Bangladesh, they will do some kind of changes. Definitely the government of Bangladesh who is there means it should be have a favor to the India, because without India Bangladesh can't be. Until now it means until now Bangladesh do lot of imports from the India. So okay, just for name's sake, we also give lot of, it means medical things or other kind of things to the Bangladesh. So we need to consider in this each and every picture. So now we can just go to the next thing, and you can see this one. Indians in Ireland urged to take reasonable precautions. Yes, definitely, because nowadays, guys, literally I was so shocked because Indians in lot of countries, especially in the USA and Australia and Japan and not Japan, and in little bit of China and Ireland and lot of European countries and a little bit of African countries, especially Indians are targeted and especially Indians are attacked. So it's so simple, guys. Whenever you will see, sorry, you just see, guys, this is a community, and here 1,000 members are there, and it means let us name this country as ABC. This is ABCD country, and in the 1,000 members are there, factories are there, and here factories. So this 1,000 member gets a job in this kind of different factories. And now what happens is for a country called JD, and this country members nearly 500 members came here, and they took nearly this 1,000 members job. Means so what this kind of 1,000 members will do at the beginning, they won't tell anything because they do have get like benefit from this 500 members, so they will just leave the cash away. But when a problem rises, suppose if this 1,000 member doesn't have enough foods or doesn't get any wages, monthly amount of wages, means this 1,000 members will start to protest against this 500 members. So that's why this is happening in the Ireland also, not only in the Ireland, in a lot of other sector also, because Indians do have very much good knowledgeable things. It means when we compare with the other countries' knowledge, especially the Indians do have a lot of knowledge, and Indians are very much good workers. If you give any particular task, if you give any other kind of thing, Indians do the work in a perfect and with the time approach way. So that's why you can see in the US a lot of Indian workers are there, and not only in the US, a lot of other countries also the Indians is predominant. So what the one thing has happened means in the, it means the Indian tourist has been attacked in Dublin. So Dublin, nearly, guys, in this Dublin, this is not only one incident. It's been nearly 3 to 4 incidents occur in the Dublin itself. But what the main thing is, I just thought, okay, if Indians attack means definitely the opponent party will be more than 30 to 48. But all the attacks that has been occurred in the Ireland only by teenage boys. It means teenage gang members only attacking the Indians. So definitely in the, it means if a teenage is attacked, means you just think the job opportunity they must not be given to the teenage or some kind of other thing. Definitely, as the India's image is going nowadays, we should degrade the India's image. Might be they also think like this. So that is a worst case and that won't happen. But this teenagers is been attacking this Indian person, means that's a little bit concerning, guys. And you can see he become the latest victim of the attack by the teenage gang members. Another one thing is they have been an increase in incidents. It has been increased so much, and physical attacks report against Indian citizens in the Ireland recently. So this is little bit quite concerning, guys, because nearly 90,000 Indian community are being in the Ireland itself. So whenever one member is attacked, means definitely lot of other members might be attacked. So it raises a question. But one thing, guys, when we compare the trade relationship between the Ireland and the Iran, so nearly you can see only 16 billion of amount is been only the trade relationship between each other. But here, what the most interesting is Ireland has a lot of surplus amount, because from Ireland we do import lot of goods from Ireland. So India a little bit of facing a trade deficit with Ireland. But one of the most interesting thing is Ireland and India both they got independence from the British country. So that's a good thing. So not only one person, lot of other persons also being attacked. In 2022 also in the Dublin, a Indian person has been attacked, and during that time, lot of, it means the Ireland peoples and the Indian peoples and Indian community peoples have just joined together in and formed a group, and at the time they just raised a protest against the entire this kind of attacks and say no to say no to racism, like that. Lot of protest has been occurred. So later on they just reduced this kind of attacks. But day by day, nowadays the Indians been attacked, and the attackers are only by from, it means teenagers, not any kind of other persons. And the one incident they have just mentioned here is, you can see Santosh Yadav, a multimodal AA scientist who was assaulted leaving him. It means while he was just going for other visit, he was assaulted, he was attacked by the young teenage guy members that left him the fracture. His fracture was checked, and other kind of injuries also occurred to him. And not only to the Yadav, lot of other persons also, they haven't just mentioned, but while I was just looking over it, really lot of incidents have been occurred. Nearly in the past 4 years, 8 to 20, nearly 15 incidents has been occurred. So it's a little bit so much. So nowadays this incident will also go on increasing. So I think so you got an overview in this, and we can just go to the next thing. And this is the next thing. This is also a good thing, because attacks in China and Japan raises concern over xenophobia in both the countries. Literally this is quite concerning, guys, because for what kind of it means for what's the reason itself they don't know, but they started to attack each other. You can see here a Japanese woman living in China. See, a Japanese woman living in China was attacked by and injured by a man in it is Suzo. Okay, just leave it in a subway railway station. And simultaneously, after this attack, after this information has been spread to the Japan, in the Japan also some kind of Chinese people will be there. So what they did is the Japan people attacked the Chinese. So for what's the main reason they don't know, but they started to attack each other. And this thing it means this is called the xenophobia sentiment. So if for example how to say means let us consider an African. Okay, let us consider you just think an USA person is being attacked in the India. For we don't know what's the reason. Sometimes he may speak in a bad words and the Indian may speak in the bad words. So a USA person is being attacked by the Indians. So what this will trigger to the USA? Now the USA peoples will attack. It means in the USA country the USA people will attack the Indians. Not in a one or two way, because a lot of Indian peoples are being in the USA. So the USA people start to attack the Indians. So this is called xenophobic. So not only this guys, because China and Japan also do have a lot of war. It means a lot of traditional battle with along with them, because Japan is one of the most it means vulgar country. Not a vulgar, you should not say the vulgar, but it's for like ruthless country. Because at the beginning of the World War One and World War Two, Japan just they was literally equal to the Germany. But nowadays the Japan entire thing has been changed, because it's like positive and negative charge like that. When the magnet has both positive and negative, before time the Japan was mostly in a negative point of view. But now the Japan economy has been changed into an entirely positive thing, which supports the other kind of government countries also. So at the beginning I will just tell a little bit of thing. At the beginning Japan has raised a war against China. It was the first Sino-Japan war. In that they just wanted to take the entire control of Korea. You just know about the Korea, South Korea, North Korea. At the beginning there was only Korea down. It means Korean region. So after that they had it means one party was supporting the communism and the other party was supporting the political, it means the democracy. So they just divided North Korea and South Korea. So during the time the Japan wanted to conquer the entire Korea, so they had a war with the China. And so after they just defeated the Korea, it means China, and they just took the control of Korea. And later on the second Sino-Japan was also occurred to control the entire China. Literally guys, to control the entire China, you just think about the Chinese the whole map, whole area. It's so much huge. During the time you just want to see in 1937 entire, it means Nanjing massacre has been occurred. Nearly 2 lakh, wow, 2 lakh Chinese peoples, just peoples were killed. You just think of 2 lakhs, it's so much huge. So you can see at the beginning Japan had a huge problem with the China, and sometimes China had a huge problem with the Japan. And now it means now after having a good kind of relationship between each other, now they just stopped the war. But definitely sometimes in future the conquering of island, especially China used to build a lot of artificial island and used to capture little bit of areas in the Japan. And especially in one thing I just wanted to see and wanted to make you to look. I think you can see this, especially see here, and this is China and this is Japan, and here it's called a Senkaku Island. In this Senkaku Island only Japan has also claimed, and simultaneously China is claiming, and Taiwan is also claiming. In from the Taiwan you just see only 170 kilometers there, but from Japan it's about 410 kilometers, and China is 330 kilometers. And here Senkaku Island is there. Senkaku Island is entirely controlled by the Japan, but now this China and Taiwan is also entirely capturing Senkaku Island. And now the Chinese started to build a lot of artificial islands near here, and you can see this is mostly exclusively economic zone. Japan has claimed entirely this whole area, but now the China is claiming this entirely whole area is within us. So we need to look upon it. And since we also known about the problems between the China and Taiwan, and we need to see over it. I think so. Now guys, you just had an overview. I think so. Now we can just go to the next thing. And here one of the other things is you can see more than dozens seeking aid killed in Israel and fighting in Gaza. This definitely will end, I think so, within this month. Definitely this problem will end. Israel and Gaza war will end. And the next thing is Iran President Pezeshkian, I just sorry to pronounce his name, and arrives in Pakistan on an official visit. See, while Iran is going to visit Pakistan, definitely any kind of relationship they will improve, because especially Iran and Pakistan do have a dollar between $3 million, $3 billion. So now they have also between the previous government and the previous talks they have signed to increase this 3 billion to 10 billion. It's little so much huge amount to Pakistan, but Pakistan don't have a lot of money with them still, because they can't entirely feed their entire nation, entire country itself. But they do have a relationship with the Iran, and if any kind of problem occurred between Iran and Pakistan, means they will directly blame whom? Which country? India. Any kind of thing occurred, just a pen fall down, just a pencil fall down, India is the only main culprit who was involved to attack the Pakistan. They just definitely tells like this. Another one of the interesting things is, you can see here Iran and Pakistan do have a border range between 909 kilometers. And what's the most interesting thing is, guys, for Iran and Pakistan, both for them a common enemy is Balochistan Liberation Army. Both of them have little bit common enemies, Balochistan Liberation Army. See, in 2024, because you can also see in the 4 to 5 months, in 2024 Iran has attacked Pakistan. They had directly didn't have attacked Pakistan, but they attacked Pakistan, it means Balochistan area, and they literally killed 2 Balochistan peoples who are Pakistanis. And what Pakistan also did, they also made a hashtag in the Iran, especially in the Siachen Balochistan. You just mentioned the Siachen Balochistan, and they especially target BLA and Balochistan Liberation Army and Balochistan Liberation Peoples. And at the time they just killed 9 peoples and simultaneously 4 children. And after this only you can see about lot of other incidents. It means this Balochistan Liberation Army has just captured an entire train that was going to Pakistan, and lot of other bomb blasts and lot of other things also been predominant by the Balochistan Liberation Army towards the Pakistan. And one of the other thing is, even though both of the Muslim dominant countries, both of them will talk with each other, but they won't mingle so much, because you can see Pakistan is entirely Sunni based Muslim country and Iran is Shia based Muslim country. These Muslim countries little bit, it means sometimes they do have a little bit of quarrel with each other, and most of the, it means Muslim peoples were transported to the Iran and simultaneously to the Afghan. You can see, wait, I'll just show you the picture, you can have a better understanding. I think so. Now you can see this is Iran and this is Siachen Balochistan, and here this is Funteri Balochistan, here is fully Pakistan. So in this province only most of the attacks will be held upon. So as Balochistan, why the Balochistan is main thing to Pakistan means, in this Balochistan only lot of other, especially lot of minerals is been there. In this Pakistan only, here the it means Gwadar port is there, and here it means you can see here near to the Siachen Balochistan the Chavakar port is been located. This Chavakar port is linked with the India. You can see about INST, it means the Northeast Economic Transport Corridor. From that contact to the Iran, especially to the Central Asia too. So this Gwadar port is related to the Chinese economy, it means Chinese China and CPEC project. So we need to look up on this. Okay, we can come here. I think so, guys. Now you can have a basic overview in this geopolitics. Now we can just go to the next one. So Turkey starts supplying Azerbaijan gas to Syria. This you can just leave it, and you can see this one. This is one of the interesting thing that I want to just tell, but I will cover this in a other video. How will Trump's tariffs impacts India? So this will cover in the next video. And this thing I want to just say. See why this UK stands on Palestine insignificant. But what's the main thing is, wait 1 second. Okay. What the main thing is, you guys see, guys, once the Britain, it means Britain, you already know, the Britain is entirely the United Kingdom and London and a little bit of other countries, and later on the Britain was divided into several dispute countries, and this Britain, they just supported the Israel should be there and the Palestine should not be there. It means the Israel and Palestine, both of them should be in a separate states. But now the Britain, entirely the United Kingdom, goes against the Israel. It's totally changed. So we need to look why this kind of thing is occurring. So you can see in this information they just given, British Prime Minister Keir Starmer recently in the last week would recognize the state of Palestine during United Nations General Assembly and ceasefire in the Gaza. This is a good thing because we should end this war. And the one of the other thing is, not only Israel, not only United Kingdom, you don't know about the France President Emmanuel Macron declared that Paris would recognize the Palestine schedule in September, and now Canada, Portugal, and a lot of other countries also accepting the Palestine as a state. And the other one of the interesting thing is, in it means in the United Nations member state means nearly 193 member states are there. In that, literally guys, 147 countries has accepted the Palestine as a state. But at the before of the war, none of the countries, literally 30 to 40 countries will only accept the Palestine as a state. But now after this war, it means after a lot of attacks, it means brutal strike has been made by the Israel towards the Gaza. Now nearly 147 countries has accepted the Palestine as a state. That's a very much good thing. And now what the other most interesting thing is, you would have known about the UNSC. It means United Nations Security Council. In that, 5 members are most permanent members. One is USA, France, and China, and the next one is Russia and United Kingdom. In that, literally four countries have accepted that Palestine should be represented as a state. But USA was the only country that's been isolated. So if these 4 countries passed a resolution in the UNSC, means definitely they will consider. So, but what the other thing is, they do have a veto power. If one country is opposes, means all of the entire thing should be withdrawn. For example, if they are bringing 5A policy, and all the 5 countries should accept it. If one country, it means China says no, this A policy should not be, but remaining 4 countries accept it, means they should reject it. That's the most wrong thing that's been occurring in this. And later on, a lot of other countries also, it means recognizing this Palestine as a state. But what's the other interesting thing you can see in the 1917 Balfour Declaration? What is this kind of Balfour Declaration means? They have just given this in a detailed format. See, I'll just tell in a short way. In the beginning, it means while the Palestine was there, a lot of Jewish people did not get any kind of lands to live, because a lot of Jewish people was was stayed in different countries and different regions. So they do not have a good state, it means good country to live. So after the World War I, and a lot of other things has been occurred, and the British has been withdrawal from the Palestine and simultaneously from the India, they just signed an agreement that this Palestine must be recognized as the place where the Israel people can live. So later on, what happened? They established a well government that Jewish people can live in the Palestine. So a lot of other people started to come in the Palestine, and you can see by the at the end of World War I, nearly after the Balfour Declaration was issued, nearly 60,000 Jews, it means Jews were placed in the Palestine. Especially 9% of the Palestine, especially 9% of the Jewish people were placed in the it means Palestine. That's a very much good thing. And later on, what it happened? Later on, this 9% has been increased to 15 to 20, and later simultaneously it been increased so much. So after it means the end of the World War II, lot of other people, literally you can see 30% of the sorry guys, okay, wait on. Literally after the end of World War II, literally 30% of the Jewish peoples were being in the Palestine. And later on, this it means when after the how to say this in the May 15, 1948, when they just declared, it means after this 30% has been simultaneously increased in May 15, 1948. It means literally Indian independence before. And they just told this, the Jewish community formed to each other, and they just told we form a country that's named as Israel. And after forming the country Israel, a lot of Arabic wars started to occur, especially in the Jordan, Lebanon, and Yemen, and Egypt also fought a lot of wars with Israel. So you would have known about this that war was called as first Arab-Israel war. So first I will just show you the information why this Israel is so much problematic in nowadays, so you can have a better picture over it. See, now I think so you can see this is at the, sorry guys, I couldn't have, as my phone is broken, that's why this kind of thing I am doing. And see, this is Palestinian before 1948, and later on what it happened when the Jewish people came here and started to settle here. And see, later this white kind of things has been Jewish settlement, and later on it has been after certain kind of, you can see 1946 to 2000. This is 2000, and see, this is Gaza, and this is West Bank, and here little bit of Golan Heights is there. And later on you just see the transformation. The entire Israel has been captured in the Palestinian people. So see how the Israel is going. Definitely in future this Gaza Strip won't be, and this West Bank and Golan, nothing won't be. Palestine can live at the end of the coastal area, like that only they will live. Or they will tell, we will form an island in this area, it means Mediterranean area, so you can go and live there. So they will push, or this Palestinian people will become as a migrant or immigrant to the other kind of foreign countries. So that's the other thing I just wanted to tell. I think so now you had a good overview. So that's why I just wanted to tell this basic geopolitical, and now we can go to the political statement that's been occurred in the India. So within 10 to 15 minutes we will cover the entire political news that's been occurred in India. So you can see the helicopter operation muffle. It means in the Uttarakhand recently 5 helicopter accident have been occurred. So the now helicopter operation, they just put an unofficial ban for flying these helicopters. And the next thing is, you can see this 12 laborers injured as landslides hits a hydropower project near Chambly. So guys, literally guys, Uttarakhand is such a very much prominent states in the river, because for a god of river means Uttarakhand is a god of river. Really 19 it means 19 to sorry, most of the rivers originate from the Uttarakhand. Really 19 rivers has been in the Uttarakhand states, especially you can say about Ganga, Yamuna and Saraswati and lot of other rivers. The main origin point is in Uttarakhand. So why? Because the Himalayan areas. So that's why. And India, suppose if this hydropower plant is been so much increase in the Uttarakhand means, literally until now 33% of the electric, it means hydroelectric power output is comes from the only one state, Uttarakhand itself. Wow, it's literally so much high, because they do have lot of predominant in river. So that's why they do have lot of this kind of hydropower projects, and nearly 70 dams and hydro dams are being built in the Uttarakhand. So that's so much a good thing. And because when we compare with the, especially to the other states, but Uttarakhand mostly it means invest a lot in the dams and hydroelectric power. That's so much good thing, because we have to use this kind of resourceable water into the other format. So another one of the interesting thing is, we do have one of the largest, it means highest dam, that's Tehri Dam. It's located in the Bhagirathi river, and it's one of the India's most highest, and in global we need to consider, means in global it is about 13th. And that other kind of thing, now they had a landslide, and due to that 12 people have been injured. And in my point of view, especially while before 3 to 4 months I think so, guys, nowadays the snow slides, means in the Himalayas, lot of snows has been simultaneously melting. It means during the summer only mostly the melting will occur, but now in the winter and rainy and kind of snowy season also, the snows depletion started to occur. Suppose if this kind of thing occurred means, definitely what will happen, the entire Himalayan region snow will suppose melted means, this kind of river will be fully filled, and this kind of dams will be directly broken. So that's the most concerning, guys, because it indirectly tells the climate change. Due to the climate change, this kind of thing is occurring. And now we can just go to the next thing. And it's a sad information I just wanted to say. And you would have known about the Odisha girl, that she has been set afire. So what happened, this 15-year-old girl has been sexually assaulted by the nearly 3 members, and later on, after sexual assaulted, this girl has been set into fire, and later on she was carried to the AIMS that's been in the Delhi, and unfortunately she has died. So that's a little bit so disconcerting, because so now these 3 members will be arrested, and any kind of, it means death penalty, directly they should hanged, or directly they should be fed to the street dogs. So that should occur. So it's a little bit sad news that I want to just. I hope that this girl will definitely recover, and she will lead a better life like that I just thought. But literally sorry to announce this, and let us just 1 minute prayer will be so much enough for this girl, I think so. And now we can go for the next thing. And you could have seen about this Odisha and Chhattisgarh, where you saw the Mahanadi disputes. So literally each and every states have a lot of river. So this Odisha and Chhattisgarh have a river issue, especially the river name the Mahanadi. So you can see here, guys. Okay, see in that it means both of the states in that it means this Mahanadi is predominant by the upper called, it means Chhattisgarh. Chhattisgarh has a, it means the main, it means what to say, the main area where the rain flows and the river originate. This Mahanadi river originates in the Chhattisgarh, and it is located in the upper region, and the lower region is in Odisha. So literally 375 kilometers is been traveled in this Mahanadi river in Chhattisgarh, and it means literally 500 kilometers in the Odisha. So Odisha is mostly in the crops dominant area. So what they have just told is, now the Chhattisgarh has started to build lot of dams in their area. So this dams building definitely will reduce the water flow to the Odisha. So this is Chhattisgarh. Let us, for example, this Chhattisgarh, lot of dams is been built here, means here the water flow will be reduced. So now the Odisha is just told, so they just oppose this kind of dam building. So what the Chhattisgarh department is saying is, and the Odisha is only using nearly 12% of the water for the crops and for the remaining other kind of thing. And Chhattisgarh, we do use only 4%. As we live in upper areas, you guys, this is a straight line, means you just see, now it is inclined. Here the river originates, means he just goes here and goes down. This is the Odisha. Here the Odisha is there, here Chhattisgarh there, means definitely as from higher to lower only the river will travel. So that's why this Chhattisgarh is able to use only 4%. and here Odisha is able to use nearly 12%. Remaining it goes into the Bay of Bengal, it means ocean. So that's why the Chhattisgarh is saying we will build a dam and we will increase this 4% to 15 to 20%. And it means Odisha, you also build a dam and you also start to use. So, but this dam building will definitely reduce the agriculture sector and also the industrial sector in Odisha. So that's why they are both fighting along with each other. So now it means they just filed a case. It means at before itself they just filed a case at the year of 2018 itself filed a case, and now in the September you can see next hearing will be held on September 6th. I think so. This hearing should be in a good way. Okay, we can go for the next thing. And what is an okay? This Air India, it means Congress MP just told this Air India should not be privatized. It should be again given to the government of India. Now the government of India should claim the, it means to take back the Air India, as Manish Tiwari, a Congress leader, has just told. And next thing. Okay, next this is okay. Indian Air Defense System and missile showcase. It's not that much important. Okay, we can just go to the front information. You can see here, as I told before, this Prajwal who assaulted nearly a lot of women, especially 4 women, 60-year-old woman and 45 years and 50-year-old. He has been given the entire jail sentence for a sexual abuse case. That's a good thing because within minimum amount of time duration itself, they just book the case and sentence him to the jail. That's a good thing. And now the Rahul claims 2024 a poll triggered. It means you would have known about this Bihar election, and so again now Rahul comes to tell this Bihar claims is entirely a baseless accusation, and like kind of claim this he has been just told. And it means the Kerala nuns walks out of Chhattisgarh prison on bail. So this is a good thing because now because you would have known about the nuns have been arrested. 2 nuns have been arrested. They just talked with the man and made the man to forcefully convert into the Christian. As the case has been registered against these 2 nuns, now they have been came out from a bail because lot of protests has been going in Chhattisgarh and simultaneously in the Kerala too, because Kerala do have a lot of, it means Christian majority. It means nearly I think so 20 to 25% of the peoples are from in Kerala are a Christian majority. And the other thing, one second. I think so. Sorry. This is one of the other thing. Operation Mahadev and photos from the encounters. It means help the identify terrorists. So these were the 3 terrorists that were involved in the Pahalgam attack. So now they have been completely eliminated by the Indian army. So literally I want to cap. It means not now. Before 3 to 4 days ago, they just attacked and destroyed these 3 persons. That's a very much good thing. And the other thing is you can see 1 terrorist killed in the encounter with the security force in the Kulgam district. So this is also a good thing that's been done by the Indian army. Yes, guys, I just forgot to mention here. See, now they just told the India will definitely keep buying Russian soils until India will keep buying Russian oil, even though the USA pressurizes and even though the USA put a lot of tariff to us. We will definitely buy because Indians buy nearly 30 to 35% of the Russian oils. Suppose if this 30% is completely it means vanished, means where they will go? 70% we used to get from other countries. This 30% where we will go and get? It will become so much problematic to the entire India. So they just told we will definitely buy the Indian oil, Russian oil. Whatever you put sanction, you put. If you put penalty, you just put. Directly, that's a bold move that was told by the Indians. So it's literally a good thing. I think so. Today we will end up the section. And okay, guys, I think so. You would have learned some of the few things from this newspaper. Okay, and see you in the next video. And tata, bye bye. Have a good day.